Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the weekly twin astrology forecast for the Twin Flame Collective for the week ahead. We have some very, very intense energies going on this week. You have likely been feeling a little bit out of sorts, likely feeling triggered recently, especially the last few days. And this is going to be a week of all kinds of triggers is kind of what I'm feeling. This is the busiest, most intense week of November, I feel, of the entire year so far. And so we have Mars still in retrograde. We have this super full moon, total lunar eclipse. And so this is a blood moon eclipse. And so I kept being shown all of this blood being spilled. So I think there's going to be all kinds of upheaval, shakeups, sudden endings, especially when it comes to ancestral cycles and any outworn beliefs that have been preventing us from stepping into our life's purpose. And so all of the energies that we've been feeling throughout the weekend and all of this week leading up to the 11/11 portal is all linked to this beautiful gateway opening up. And so what I kept hearing was enough is enough already, right? We've been facing all kinds of challenges, all kinds of delays, and it's really time to release any fear when it comes to releasing what's been holding us back. And so I kind of feel the divine masculines are in for a whole slew of triggers this week, major shakeups. We're being realigned to our true karmic pathway this lifetime. And usually this doesn't happen unless we're facing major, major challenges. And so all of this past karma kind of has to boil to the surface in order to break apart these outdated cycles that are no longer working. And so many of us are coming into this deep truth of who we truly are, what this twin flame connection means to us, and all of these new Akashic memories are being unlocked and discovered. And so, ready or not, here it comes is kind of what I want to say. And so what is happening is everything is being shaken to the core when it comes to these past life relationships that need to be released in order to level up once and for all. And so we're being asked to recognize why we're being confronted with all of these lower cycles, these lower energies. There is a lot of negative karma playing out. Whatever was hiding below the surface is going to come up in order for this major, major clearing. And so a lot of karma. And so when it comes to these deep-seated karmic issues, these conflicting issues, these struggling beliefs, it's not directly linked to this connection. It is directly linked to this old past life karma that we agreed to clear within our subconscious programming this lifetime. And so take a long, hard look at your family lineage. Take a long, hard look at society right now. And everything is all about this negativity. And so we have the choice to no longer accept these negative cycles, but we do have to get real with what it is that we've been creating in our own physical reality. And so if you want to go in and clear it once and for all, this will require opening up your heart to these connections and embracing unity consciousness. But we do have to do that from within in order for it to appear outside of us. And so with Mars retrograde, I think everything really is going on a lot in the divine masculine's world this week. A lot of deep conflicting themes coming up when it comes to this separation programming. For many, many generations, it's like the masculine and the feminine have been at war with one another, and we are here to work together. So what I did want to mention, I was in contact with another divine feminine, one of my very close friends. We try to connect at least once a day. What I noticed was these fluttering energies in my sacral chakra on the weekend, and she was feeling the same things. And what it felt like was like this conception energy coming through. It actually felt like those little tiny baby kicks in the early stages of pregnancy. And I know I'm not pregnant. I've been celibate for many, many years. And I also am no longer able to have children. I've had my tubes tied. And so it felt like this rattling energy as if I was impregnated with something. And so you might be noticing those little baby kicks or these fluttering, twitching energies between your sacral and your solar plexus coming up because the masculine's world is being rattled. I think a lot of the masculines are dealing with a lot of flare-ups and disagreements in the karmic contracts. You may find yourself a little agitated coming through this week. I also want to mention a lot of strange, vivid dreams. And I know many of us are feeling very tired and lethargic. And so all of this is part of this recalibration, this purging energy. And so the solar plexus is where we house our inner authority, our power. It is our vitality, right? And so I feel the masculine collective is being triggered deeply. And we have to pay attention to these triggers. When triggers show up, it is showing us what is still unhealed below the surface. And so if the feminine can stay aware of herself, and not reinforce this old cycle of negativity, we can lead the masculine through this powerful transformation with this blood full moon super eclipse. And so a lot of intensity, a lot of intense emotions rising to the surface. And so we're all being shown what old baggage really has been holding us back from stepping into joy, abundance, compassion, and living a life of fulfillment on the twin flame journey. And so it really is all in how we deal with the energies, our perspective with any challenges. And so this eclipse energy is, already in full swing. The moon is already in Taurus right now. And so the full eclipse happens tonight, and we're going to be feeling this very intensely all the way through Tuesday. And depending on where you are in the world, though. And so get ready for a lot of triggering energies, a lot of physical shakeups, and a lot of sudden challenging upheavals. This full moon is at 16 degrees exactly. And what does 16 represent with the tarot? It's a tower, a paradigm shift when it comes to our beliefs, our foundations, financial upheaval. Taurus is the tangible. Scorpio is, the underworld energy. And so everything that is happening now, everything that is being taken out of our lives is happening for a reason. So we can recognize that we have to opt out of repeating these karmic cycles, these low negative karmic cycles. And so if we want to open up to a harmonious life filled with love, laughter, and joy, we do have to recognize where we've been holding ourselves back. And so this eclipse also conjuncts the North Node. And so this is all about our karmic soul path. It is a lot of karma coming through and a lot of soul blueprint activations. We've got a lot of higher ascension energies coming in, and it's been very unsettling for a very long time. And so I think get ready to recognize where you have been settling for less than what it is that you deserve. Where have you been sacrificing your inner truth? And when we sacrifice our truth and we don't live in our most authentic truth, and we allow these negative beliefs to take over, the ego overrides the heart, and then love will be out of reach, right? And so we got to get all of this negativity out of our emotional body, out of our system. And so expect to be challenged this week when it comes to clinging to control with what does need to be released. And so we all have the ability to choose a higher state of consciousness, to choose a higher state of being, but it really is all in how we handle these energies. And so I do feel a lot is being mirrored to the masculine this week when it comes to looking for the lesson that they've been refusing to learn. A lot of these masculines are stuck in survival mode, and this is all because of this karmic stuck energy, these blocks. And so we got to get to the root cause of why we choose to keep repeating these struggles. Why does something not work out, right? If something isn't working out and you keep cycling around trying to make something work, it's not working for a reason. And so I feel right now the energy is very heavy. There's a lot of anger and there is a lot of fear rising with the collective energies. And this is why, right? All of these stored memories are stored in our physical DNA, our cellular tissues, and all of this is buried below the surface until we bring it into our conscious awareness. And so the energy fields are shifting collectively right now. We have to break free from these survival instincts is a big message coming through from spirit. And so anything that's not worked out in the past does not necessarily mean it won't work out in the future, but with this Saturn square playing out this week, it's saying these old ways can no longer work anymore. We can't keep accepting things that don't work, right? And so if things aren't working out, it's because there is a realignment that is needing to take place. And so all of this old karma, these old karmic relationships, these old karmic vows are being broken apart, because we can't keep staying rooted in this negative alignment. And so when we have this lack of consciousness, when we have this lack or this ability to shift our consciousness, we play into all of these conflicting patterns. And so all of this kind of has to be dismantled, which will create sudden stressful upheaval, unfortunately. And so now really is the time to release these old cycles once and for all. And we are at this tipping point, I feel collectively, this breaking point. And so we've already been feeling it. And so I feel we are all being cosmically put to the test this week. And this is a week to remember that the only truth is love. Love is the only truth, and any lower distortions are really being encouraged to be released this week. And so this is a week about truth, truth about your connection, truth about love. And when we open up our heart, then love can become a natural state of being every single day, right? And so when we live in a natural state of love in every single moment from the inside out, that's when we know we have mastered unity consciousness. And so, and this will happen. This alignment happens without really much effort. It's about releasing the illusions, right? And so this is like a higher dimensional frequency alignment taking place. And so what's been anchoring you down in these karmic realities is a big question to ask yourself. What ancestral karmic lineage needs to be cleared in order to release these cycles of suffering and lack mentality, consciousness of lack? And so we are here to move out of the dramatic cycles, the dramatic relationships, these conflicting negative power struggles. And this is a week of pivotal dismantling of all of these old false beliefs that we hold within. The old reality, the old earth is crumbling so we can manifest new earth. And so if you're facing opposition, then deep inside you're lacking love is a big message. And so when we're in the dark, when we're in the dark night of the soul, it seems like nothing can go right. And when we're in the dark night of the soul, this is the process of releasing all of these limitations, karmically speaking. And so we have this very powerful 1111 portal coming up this week. My father was actually born on the 1111 portal in 1955. And so I think a lot is coming to light this weekend is what I'm feeling. There's a lot of new ascension light codes being downloaded. And in order to enter into this new cycle, we do have to make room, we have to make space, and we have to release these old anchors of heaviness and limitations and lack mentality. And so don't give up. What is your heart burning for is a question, because I think we're all being tested. We're all being tested to hold on to our highest ideals. And we do have to come to spiritual terms with the reality that we've currently created. And so do not talk yourself out of taking a leap of faith and going after what it is that you believe that you deserve. Do not settle for less. Be patient and wait for what it is that you deserve. That is what a true divine feminine does. They're patient. They wait for what it is that they deserve. They do not settle for less, and they believe in themselves. They believe in the impossible. And we do need to break these running, chasing dynamics. And so where have you blocked your highest self from arriving in your most authentic essence? And so I think this eclipse is pushing us all. Get ready to recognize where you've played too small in your life, because ultimately it's about us not living up to our own highest good in the end. And so where have you settled for less? Where have you settled for less? Where have you sacrificed your truth? And so I do feel this is a week where the Divine Masculine Collective is going to have a lot of strong messages coming forward, a lot of very intense challenges around the masculine twin. And this is crucial. This is crucial. This is what's going on this week. I feel in order to release this past subconscious programming going on, there's a lot of intense energies with this cosmic realignment taking place. And so if things aren't working out the way you want them to, it's kind of showing you the opportunity to release this, because these issues are not going to go away until you face that fear and you deal with what it is you've been afraid to release. And so this is likely going to be one of the biggest spiritual tests that we're going to be met with this year. But if we can master this higher state of consciousness, if we can master a positive mindset, then we can change our life for the better infinitely. And so I feel a lot of spiritual acceleration. This is also a possibility of reunion this week and a period of deep, everlasting change. And so we are also entering into winter. Although where I'm at, it has been absolutely gorgeous weather, like t-shirt weather on the weekend, not the normal temperatures we're used to in Ontario. But I have felt a lot of alchemical shifting within my cellular body. So you might have been noticing that, like the spiritual chills in your cells. And so I want to say you're going to want to really go into self-care this week. You're going to want to be good to yourself. You're going to want to remember that you're always in charge of your life. And we get to decide what it is we're calling in into our reality. And so when we heal our own ancestral lineage, then we can heal this twin flame connection. And so get ready to unleash a new chapter is what I'm feeling in the week ahead. I'm going to keep it simple with the cards today. In Ontario, we do have the schools are closed. We are in a full strike, and so I do support the workers. But we're gonna jump in today with some archetype messages. I don't know how busy I'll be with videos this week, guys. You're just gonna have to really try your best to be patient with me. With the girls' home, it really does make it very difficult to get some work done. And I'm still in recovery mode from the expo this weekend at Sadie Hall, which was an absolute success. What a beautiful turnout. So thank you to all of my subscribers that came out in person. It absolutely warmed my heart to be able to meet some of you in person for the very first time. Everybody that I've known for the last few years that came out, thank you, thank you, thank you. We all appreciate the support that was shown to all of the fabulous vendors. I got to meet some new vendors and healers, and it was just, the energy was phenomenal. So thank you for all of that. Okay, Mystic Warrior. So I do feel a lot of spiritual delusions. I do feel a divine rapture kind of taking place this week. And so I do feel this deep, intimate union with the divine is allowing us to tap into our own mystic healing capabilities. And so get ready to embrace that inner spiritual warrior this week. And so a lot of the divine masculines have traded their ethical principles for victory at any cost when it comes to the material world. And so they've really had this indifference when it comes to the suffering that they've inflicted on the divine feminine and everybody that they've been connected to by making these ego-based decisions. And so I do feel the masculine is really going to have to harness their inner strength, their inner warrior, to practice a spiritual discipline, self-discipline, because I do feel divine will is now superseding, overriding free will choices for the divine masculine. And so I do feel the masculine is working on this self-sacrificing energy and conquering the lower ego this week. And I do feel the feminine is really tapped into her mystic healing capabilities, the high priestess, right? And so, yeah, the high priestess, mystic high priest. And so a lot of the masculines really have violated our trust, divine feminine. I think they got seduced by the karmic and they really betrayed their spiritual role this life. And so we are in this moment in time where these energies are facilitating this spiritual commitment. And so a lot of channels of energy are opening up when it comes to these spiritual connections is kind of what I'm feeling for the weekend. So we're going to pull 3 cards into the Divine Masculine to kind of see what archetype energies are coming up the most this week. And we will get 3 cards into the Feminine's energy. We get the Knight for the Divine Masculine. The Fool, I love it. The Fool is always representative of a new beginning. And then we get that Don Juan energy, right? And so a lot of the masculines were that Casanova. And they had their private romantic agendas going on the shadow side. And so there's this spotlight, I feel, shining down on where they've been seduced by, like, the karmic energy. I also feel that allegiance to the false karmic contract is being destroyed. A lot of romantic delusions, disillusionment going on this week. And so this is to get the masculine to come in with that honest, open-hearted apology, coming in with loyalty is what I'm feeling. Chivalry is what I want to say. And so the Fool. And so if you notice on this Fool card, the masculine is feeling like a sacred clown is kind of what I'm feeling. The mask is coming off. And they have covered up this wound for a very long time. And they've been living in this denial of this emotional truth for a very long time. And I do feel they're being asked to reveal these emotions once and for all, to go into the fear in order to liberate themselves. I feel a lot of the masculines have been kind of like a hypocrite on the journey. Bottom of the deck, God. They use their power to control this entire situation. A lot of these counterparts are controlled and manipulated through ghosting, not communicating at all, and making the Divine Feminine feeling crazy. And so I do feel Divine is stepping in order to get the masculine to recognize their own eternal life force energy within themselves, within others, because we are all so divinely connected. And I also feel a lot of these masculines kind of have like this God complex, thinking that nothing would ever come back to bite them in the butt. And I feel, unfortunately, that's kind of all playing out. So Divine Feminine, Hero. A lot of the feminines, we had this false sense of what a hero meant. A lot of us in the beginning of the journey, we were waiting for the masculine to come and save us, and we ended up having to save ourselves. And so I feel a lot of the feminines are really embracing this journey of personal empowerment, and many of us are stepping into our spiritual mentorship. We've moved through all of the shadow aspects, all of the darkness, and we are now stepping into the role of mastership, self-mastery. And I do feel now a lot of the feminines are bravely stepping into passing on all of this spiritual wisdom. And we are refining our character moving forward this week. And so we get the Beggar. I do feel as we step into our empowerment, this is where the masculine has to confront where he's lacked self-empowerment. And so I do feel, do expect maybe the masculine to come back begging for a second chance, because they are deep in some physical survival fears, is what I feel coming through. And I do feel as the masculine awakes to his spiritual authority, it will bring forward a level of humility. And so compassion is going to be needed on your end, Divine Feminine. We get the priestess energy. And so we are here to be of service, to channel all of these spiritual energies that come through our physical body. And so I do feel spiritual commitments and stepping into that true spiritual role of being that divine mother, the Empress, right? And so I do feel the guilt is really taking over the masculine this week when it comes to abandoning the Divine Feminine or any children that have been connected to this journey. And I feel the feminine's patience and unconditional love is bring forward this joy, giving birth to new life. And that was that impregnated energy that I felt in the sacral chakra. And so bottom of the deck, Detective, and that's that Scorpio energy, Mercury and Scorpio. And so really being the observer. So right now we're in this energy of seeking out that truth and finding our personal strength of spirit to transcend all of these physical limitations. And I do feel the Divine Masculine is releasing these excessive feelings of entitlement this negative side of rulership in order to enter into an existence of enlightenment. And so stepping into benevolent leadership and recognizing who the true saboteur is. And so a lot of these masculine self-sacrifice, self-sabotage, they went into all of these negative self-destructive behaviors to fill all of their lustful desires, and they really have undermined a lot of people in their lives. And so this is highlighting all of these fears and what changes need to be brought into our lives. And so I feel we're all being guided to stop placing financial gain and control over imparting this beautiful, spiritual, insightful wisdom that we have gained on this awakening journey. And so we all have this divine nature within ourselves. And so I do feel it's time for us to release the pessimism, the depression, the suppression, release any disbelief in a miracle taking place. Because the energy is sparking action required for growth. And so when we can see the sacred beauty in all of life's challenges that we've had to experience, that is when we can believe that everything is possible. So I think get ready to seek some solitude this week as well. Withdrawal from any karmic society groups, withdraw from playing into the fear and the negativity or fear of judgment from others, because we can no longer refuse to, walk away from our service-based mission. And so solitude will allow us to intently focus on our inner journey, and it will serve our own personal creativity. So let's jump in with some tarot, guys. I'm just going to do a 9-card spread and see what messages are coming through today. Look at the deck kind of just still flat for me. So forgiveness. This is like a coming to Jesus moment. We all know what it feels like to be taken to our knees, taken to the cross. And so we're at that pivot point. I do feel a lot of the masculines are being taken to their knees when it comes to understanding what they threw away within these connections, right? Then the 4 of Wands. So we're going to try that again, guys, and we're going to do a 9-card spread, and we're going to see what needs to come through for the twins for the week ahead. I am using the Gilded Tarot. We get the 4 of Cups. That just flipped out. The Ace of Wands. So there's that missed opportunity. I feel a lot of the masculines did not want to look at this. They were unwilling to look at this, unable to look at this, and I do feel they're digging deep. All they want is that holy chalice of love from the feminine, and so I do feel the divine is handing them another opportunity to take action for a brand new beginning here. But the divine masculine is going to have to look at what was overlooked in the past, is what I'm feeling. So we're going to cut the deck and we're going to finish the spread here. So I'm going to keep this as a side note. So, we can't keep living life in regret. And there is an opportunity for a new beginning here. We get the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Swords, Judgment. There's that awakening energy, a period of soul retrieval. It's Judgment Day. It's Awakening Day. Beautiful energies, healing energies, the Star, Aquarian, High Priestess, wow. Pisces energy, 9 of Cups. Oh my goodness, that is wish fulfillment. The Queen of Wands in reversed, the 3 of Cups in reversed, the 7 of Wands. And so there is the breaking free of the karmic soul ties, the karmic contract. The Queen of Wands is my karmic feminine energy, controlling, possessive, jealous, and I feel the masculine is heading straight towards the divine feminine this week. Unexpected arrival. Well, I don't know that it's going to be unexpected because she's looking right at this arrival coming in, and so you could have water in your chart, divine feminine. But we're breaking the chains of these past lower cycles. I love that the Devil came out in reverse. We got Capricorn energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. So dead central energy is the High Priestess. And so within the next 2 days, these secrets will be revealed. The mysteries of the darkness are being revealed as to what needs to be cut out in order to manifest wish fulfillment. 7 is a number from heaven. I also associate 7 with the number of the mystic as well. So I feel the masculine's got some challenges ahead this week. I think he's going to be facing all kinds of opposition, and he is encouraged to not back down. I do feel that third party is over. It could be a canceled engagement, but there really is nothing left there for the masculine to hold on to, and stepping into authenticity. This is what we wished for this lifetime, right? Following the bottom of the deck with the devil reversed, we do get the 6 of Cups. So releasing all of these old childhood memories, healing some childhood wounds, some ancestral wounds, and we've got the Temperance, and this is the energy of the angels bringing the masculine and the feminine together, the blending of the energies and alchemical union. And so this is speaking of a reunion of some sort is what I'm feeling for the week ahead. And so I think a major wake-up call. Major wake-up call. That's Gabriel blowing that trumpet, saying it is time to take action. And with the center row here, we get the Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the 3 of Cups in reverse. So I feel the masculine is unexpectedly departing that third-party situation. He is cutting those karmic ties and getting ready to block all channels of communication within the karmic contract. And he's bossing up. He's ready to burn those bridges, to come back and mend the bridge with the feminine is kind of what I'm feeling. And so there is some blocks to walking away. I think the feminine is blocked from the masculine facing all of these challenges, but we are walking away from all of this past dissatisfaction. This is the energy of being reoriented on the spiritual journey, and there's that full moon. Victory, movement, success, getting in that chariot, grabbing the reins and taking control of a negative situation, Cancer energy. And only an emperor or an empress rides in that chariot. And we are manifesting these divine counterpart unions. And so there's some kind of secret going to come out. And I feel healing is coming this week. So let's take a look at the High Priestess. Because for me, that's timing. Doesn't really give me much of a timing card. So we get the 4 of Pentacles. The 7 of Cups reverse. I love it. The 8 of Swords. And so there's been all of this withholding. The 8 of Swords is like, I'm stuck in this old mindset. I'm entrapped in a situation where all I got to do is take the blinders off and I can see clearly. And so coming out of confusion, coming out of disillusionment, and seeing clearly the cup that needs to be chosen, the rose, right? So Beauty and the Beast energy. And so Pandora's box is being opened, and we cannot unsee what it is that is being revealed within these energies. So get prepared for a major wake-up call, and this is going to lead to a new foundation being laid. Laying down that new solid foundation and consciously choosing to heal that core wound, coming in as that wounded healer, dedicated, loyal, ready to put in the hard work. And having a conversation of this denial of this emotional truth is what I'm feeling. The masculine has denied this emotional truth for a very long time. I actually was, in the shower thinking about just how long this journey has been. And I look back, and it was early 2018 that I met my counterpart. And it has been a long 4-year journey. It was in the fall of 2018 that all of that started to kind of disperse, break apart. So it's been a very long 4 years for my own journey. And so I do feel healing, coming out of a period of self-reflection and healing, coming out of self-denial and laser focused on that Holy Grail cup. And so a new beginning in love. Absolutely. Third eye activation, seeing things clearly and receiving a message of wanting to collaborate and work together is kind of what I'm feeling going on this week for the counterparts. So I would like to get one last message from Spirit. We're gonna use the Twin Flame Oracle deck. There's them program beliefs, guys. This is my handmade deck. And so what limitations and underlying blocks are coming up when it comes to these limiting program beliefs that kind of need to be released, because ultimately love is the only truth. And so I do feel a lot of telepathic communication with these moon energies. The lunar cycles are definitely affecting all of us. So we'll get the moon just flipped out again. So the moon. We are all being deeply energetically affected by these eclipse energies, by these lunar cycles. And I just want to say a fated meeting is imminent. So manifestation. We all have the power to create our journey, to bring in and call in all of our desires. And so I do want to say it's time to kind of celebrate. We are drawing closer and closer as we reach this state of balance. So find your center this week, guys. Find your state of inner peace, because we are entering a time of twin flame soul merge, Heros Gamos union, and on the bottom of the deck, intuition. And so although these forecasts are always helpful in knowing what we're up against, we all have the ability to trust in our own inner intuition. So call upon your intuition, call upon divine will, to draw your twin flame closer, because we do have to release all of these doubts that are coming up. Doubts about coming together, doubts about opening up to love again. And so there is this very heavy, overwhelming fear coming through. And divine timing says all of these astrological energies and cosmic transmitting some codes are supporting this movement forward this week. So we're going to see if there's any last messages. That program belief. So that karmic partner really has served its purpose to push us both to grow and evolve. And so these program beliefs, this karmic partner, was all a part of the process of closing out these old karmic cycles, these old soul contracts. And so there's that energy of creating space. So get ready to go into any unresolved childhood wounds, which is that Six of Cups energy, guys. Any old wounds and issues, and to clear that, to make room for this desire to arrive in your life, because we are entering into a state of wholeness. And as the divine feminine balances her inner feminine and her inner masculine energies, that is when this new passionate beginning can come forward. And so spend some time activating your blueprint, activating your soul song, mastering that journey to wholeness this week. And I think we're entering into a new phase of esoteric study and learning. And so the answers that you've been seeking, they're coming. The divine is working so hard at bringing us what it is that we have asked for. But we have to make space. And we have to release all of these conflicting energies that have been creating all kinds of delays and challenges. So I want to say, don't lose hope. Don't give up. It is never too late to manifest the life of your dreams, and change can happen in an instant, guys. And that's kind of what I got today. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out the description box below, guys, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.